So Salihu Lukman, someone who has suspended his ADC membership, has gathered a group of 100 top opposition figures to try and come up with a consensus opposition candidate to be supported against Tinubu in 2027 presidential election. That's a good project, right? It is. But there are rumors now that there's a backdoor arrangement within that G100 movement to try to use it to muscle Peter Obi to step down for Atiku in the 2027 presidential election. That's the rumor. Although the major person that we see speaking for the G100 right now, which is Salihu Lukman, the person who claims he has suspended his membership of the ADC. The ADC being a party that is rumored to be owned by Atiku. And we saw what Atiku did, how he got the ticket. But Salihu Lukman is a person that we hear now, and he openly says no, that the aim of the G100 is to reach a consensus, unanimous agreement on who should represent the opposition, because he believes that the opposition cannot succeed against Tinubu if they don't come together. Do you agree with this position? Because me, I don't. First advice for you, Salihu Lukman, and for the G100, first advice: Peter Obi, in combination with Rabiu Kwankwanso, will defeat Tinubu in 2027 election, even if they go it alone. If they go it together with the support of Atiku, Rotimi Amechi, El-Rufai and others, yes, it will make it sweeter. It probably would make it easier. But to say that Peter Obi and Kwankwanso cannot defeat Tinubu alone, that will not be true. So going about saying, oh, it's only Atiku that can defeat Tinubu working with the coalition, that statement is not true. Because Atiku will not win 4 geopolitical zones. 4. Atiku will lose the North Central. Atiku will lose the Southwest. Atiku will lose the South-South. Atiku will lose the Southeast. 4 geopolitical zones. And you seem to make the mistake thinking that Peter Obi needs to win all of the core North. He doesn't. Northwest has 7 states. Northeast has 6 states. That's 13 states. That leaves 4 geopolitical zones for Peter Obi to defeat both Atiku and Tinubu. Atiku may do very well, underline the word may, in the Northwest and in the Northeast. But you see North Central, Southwest, South-South, Southeast, the Yorubas will say Atiku kò lè rọ́wọ́ mú ńbẹ̀. Atiku will struggle in those 4 geopolitical zones. So, pushing the narrative that Atiku is the best candidate to defeat Tinubu is either naive or mischievous. And this is for people like Kenneth Okonkwo and any other person like Dino Melaye that keeps pushing the narrative that, oh, the only person that can defeat Tinubu is Atiku. Atiku will only do well in 2 geopolitical zones. If you guys have not learned, learn from the Osun election. The only person that can stand toe-to-toe with Tinubu is Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwanso. And trust me, I mention it again. They can defeat Tinubu alone or in coalition. So if G100, you are going about seeking a coalition, what should you do? There should be a criteria. There should be a formula before these whole talks of unanimous or consensus opposition candidate comes, the first question should be, where should power reside? It is unwritten that power should remain in the southern part of Nigeria till 2031. So if you agree with that, then we have a basis. We have a basis for the discussion of the G100. If you don't, there is no point. And I doubt that you will, because Atiku no go one step down. Because if that is the baseline, power remains in the south till 2031, it means Atiku automatically is removed from the equation. I'm not sure he would want to engage in those kind of talk, particularly after he don't do all those wahala, copy APC formula to get the ticket of ADC. He won't want that. But if you are interested and you are genuine, and I'm talking to you, Salihu Lukman, and the G100, if you are genuine, the baseline will be power remaining in the south. Once you are able to answer that, then we're good to go. Don't come and start pushing this narrative of, oh, who is the most capable? All of them are capable. All of them are capable. Let's not fool ourselves. All of them are capable. Now, some are more capable than others, but all of them are capable. Will you say Tinubu is not capable of being president of Nigeria? Will you say Atiku is not capable of being president of Nigeria? Will you say even Adebayo or even Sowore? They are capable. But what we now need is, number one, equity, fairness. Atiku must be made to understand that you can't keep holding on and changing the rules every time only when it fits you. When it fits Atiku, zoning was good against Jonathan, against Buhari in 2015 and 2019. But when it did not suit him, oh, zoning is not necessary in 2023. And they are pushing the same thing again. No. It's unwritten. Power remains in the south. If you can get Atiku to agree to that, then we have discussion. Then we can proceed. And this is not making a point for Peter Obi. No. If that decision is made, that power remains in the south by the G100, and Atiku steps down, and even if Rotimi Amaechi steps into the ring, no problem. Then we continue the conversation. South has had a president. Southwest has had a president. The North has had South has had the president. Southwest has had the president. So equity, Southeast. So go and bring anybody from the Southeast. Let us do a referendum. At the end of the day, you will see that everything will still point to Peter Obi. Because if you talk Southwest, people like Sowore, if they agree to your G100 alliance, somebody like Sowore will need to step down, because Southwest has already produced president. People like Adebayo will need to step down, because Southwest has already provided the president or produced the president. People like Donald Duke, PRP, will need to step down, because South has already produced the president. So all of those criteria will just remain. Everything will still point to Peter Obi. So save yourself the unnecessary delay. If you're serious with the G100, this is what you need to do. Concerning Peter Obi and Atiku, majorly, you can put Sowore in there, you can put Prince Adebayo of SDP. Everything will still point to Peter Obi. But mind you, whether you choose to be objective or not, Peter Obi will defeat Tinubu in association with Rabiu Kwankwaso. Whether you support him as G100 or whether he goes it alone. That is a fact. Going it alone may be more difficult and more challenging, but it's not impossible, and indeed is very, very achievable. But if the coalition chooses to adopt him and Atiku chooses to step down for Peter Obi, then it will make the job easier and sweeter it will benefit even Atiku the more. His name will then go down in history. All of those things that Obasanjo said about him, that will provide him the opportunity to rewrite them. But if he insists on remaining in the race, forget. We will not allow Peter Obi to step down for him. And we can assure him that Peter Obi will win. We have the structures now. We are building it and making it more formidable. And we have the messaging. Those two things will transform the Obi Kwankwanso union into a victory-making machine as far as elections are concerned in this country. It's just for you, G100, to take note of, particularly you, Salihu Lukman. Take note. 2027, Obi is coming.